How much did you lend him originally?
Probably like $16,000.
$16,000. And what was that for?
Just for him to start up a trucking business.
Okay. How many months did he pay you? Not many? Zero?
No.
Zero. Welcome to Financial Cleanup. My name is Marcos, and with me is my lovely co-host Layla.
Today joining us, we have Dorothy. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
So Dorothy, tell us your age, where you live, and what you do for a living.
So I'm 32. I live in Queens Village, and I am a station agent in, the MTA Transit Authority.
How much do you make annually?
$76,000.
From our 4 financial categories, you rated yourself as struggling.
Yes.
So tell us what's going on. Why do you feel like you're struggling?
Okay, so because I have 2 kids, I live with my parents, and I need money for rent because I want to move out ASAP. So with my finances, I don't see myself moving out soon, but I want to move out. The sooner the better.
That's your goal?
Yes.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Do you have a timeline for your goal?
ASAP. Tomorrow.
Yesterday.
Yes.
We got some work to do before we can do that.
I know.
Let's just jump right into your debt.
Okay.
The first one is student loans.
Yes.
Yeah, can you tell us a little bit about your situation? I know you had some issue with your student loans, and then you had some that were legitimate, illegitimate. Can we talk about that?
Yeah, so I had went to school back in 2016, and I had gotten certificate for office administration, something like that. That I paid off already. So now I had went to cosmetology school. I didn't finish. They dropped me. And then when I was going, they didn't tell me that they signed up 2 loans under my name. So I had already did the application. I put it through. So I'm just waiting for the response back.
Application for what?
The borrower's defense.
Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about that process?
So it's basically when school are not ethical and they don't conduct business ethically. I was under the impression I was getting a scholarship, or because they called me, the lady, she called me, she was like, hey, congratulations, you don't have to pay anything out of pocket. So I'm thinking, okay, wow, great, I get to go to school for free, I don't have to pay anything, it's all grants. But when I started going to school, I started finding out more information. They don't have scholarships. The scholarships is at the end when you finish the program. And then they started having me sign papers saying that I'm getting a check distribution. And then I got an email saying that a loan popped up under,
Wow.
Advantage. And I was like, uh-oh.
That's kind of shady.
Yeah. So
shady practices.
Yes.
So for everyone watching, the borrower's offense is when a school conducts misconduct of any type, whether it be they guarantee you a job, a salary, or like in your case, they sign loans on your behalf without her knowing. You can apply for that, and the federal government will investigate and discharge those loans. So essentially, you're going through that process right now.
Yes.
So we have some loans here. Looks like about $7,000 of loans that are going to be discharged because of their unethical behavior, right?
Yes,
so that's good.
yes.
So that's something that at least you don't have to worry about.
Yes.
Personal loans.
Yes. Yes.
You got a few, right?
I do.
Okay. Can we, let's talk about the first one.
Okay.
Let's talk about the SBA loan, because that one is, for me, the most interesting.
Okay. Well, that was for business, during the whole COVID thing, because I do have a LLC. That was also, kind of a big boo-boo, because an ex-friend had applied it for me because they owe me money. He owes me money, and, thought that was a better way for me to kind of get my money back without getting my money back. But it eventually put me in more debt.
So he owed you money, but wanted you to take out money and say that he was paying you back with your own.
Yeah, because he was saying that loan was going to get discharged. Okay. Yeah.
So how much did you lend him originally?
Probably like $16,000.
$16,000. And what was that for?
Just for him to start up a trucking business.
Okay. And then what was his promise to you?
That he was going to pay me back every month for the loans, for the monthly payment, even if it didn't go well. And then if it did went well, he was going to still pay me that every month, and then, give me extra money for it. Yeah.
Okay. How many months did he pay you? Not many? Zero?
None.
Zero.
Yeah,
Okay. So guys out there, if somebody asks you for money, you have to be under the impression that you're not going to get that money back, because 9 out of 10 times you're not going to get it back.
That's
And
unfortunate.
I know.
Unfortunately, a lot of relationships are ruined that way.
Yes,
Because you trust
definitely.
someone thinking you're trying to help them and, a two-way street, and then they take the money and you never hear from them again.
Right.
What an interesting logic.
With SBA loans?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't...
Like, I'm just like, I'm trying to figure out his thought process. Like, what was he thinking?
Well, because like, like the PPP loans also, because this loan came about from the COVID, the pandemic.
Yeah.
So he was saying that it's gonna be discharged and that it would be forgiven, that I wouldn't have to pay it back. But I'll be hitting him up. I'm like, hey, I'm like, do you have the information to have it discharged? And like he was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna send it to you. Nothing comes about, nothing populates, and I go on the website. It says it can't be forgiven. So I'm just like, oh.
So now you're stuck with, you lost the money that you originally lent him.
Mm-hmm.
And then now you're stuck paying this $10,000
Yeah.
SBA loan.
Yeah.
That was supposed to be his portion of the payment back.
Yeah.
Okay. So what did you do with the $10,000 that you received?
I reinvested it into myself.
All right. So meaning...
mentorship for like healing and all that and different stuff, and like also like because I also filed for bankruptcy because of the whole money that I owed him. I filed for bankruptcy, so I was just basically working on my credit, trying to pay everything off in full.
When did you do that?
Bankruptcy? Exactly 2019.
19. Okay.
Yeah.
But so this is obviously, this happened after.
For a while that money was in my savings sitting. And then, like, slowly but surely, I started,
Taunting you.
Yeah, I started paying off my credit cards in full. Like, I would just keep borrowing from my savings.
It's kind of slowly.
And yeah,
Okay.
basically.
Fortunately for you, the interest rate is at a 3.75. So
Yes.
that's something that we're going to obviously have to pay back. But we're not going to prioritize that because it's such a low rate.
Yes, okay.
You have two other loans, personal loans here that I see here. You have one for $9,600 at a 7.6 rate, and then a $457 loan for $6,000 at a 7.4%.
Yes.
What's that about? Why'd you borrow against?
Same reason. Basically paying off credit cards, because I know like credit cards, when you're trying to buy a house, you have to have low credit card usage. So I was usually just trying to pay it off in full, trying to get my credit score up to raise my credit limits. Because, with bankruptcy, like you kind of have to like start fresh and start over. So I tried to have like a good reputation with them and try paying off everything in full. So I started borrowing. But I got a credit increase of $1,000. So, it's not a lot. It kind of like breaks even, but
Yeah, but the problem with that is with this here. So a lot of times if you borrow against retirement, the money that you're paying in interest will get paid back to you, but you lose the compound effect of the interest there. True. So that's one huge drawback. Okay. But we have to focus on paying these first. And then we have some other things, that other upcoming expenses that you're going to have, as we'll see in the upcoming sections here. Well, we'll discuss that further. But
if you're enjoying this content, please remember to like and subscribe. Now back to the show.
In your case, I mean, again, you kind of seemed like you were forced. I'd rather you pay this percent to yourself versus taking out, a credit card or something else. But this money has to be put back in so we can make sure that the compound interest is being, maximized essentially.
Okay.
Car loans.
Okay, so I'm currently paying it's paid off now because it's a lease. But now I have to either renew it, buy it out, or get a new car.
When is the lease up?
June 1st.
What kind of car is it?
It's a Nissan Rogue.
Nissan Rogue?
Yeah.
Okay. How do you like it?
I love it. Yeah. It's my baby.
Okay. So we have a statement here. It looks like you're paying about $403, rounded up slightly. Mm-hmm. Your payoff is $24,565.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What is your plan, Fanny, right now?
Honestly, I don't have a plan right now. I was going to go to Nissan. I was going to ask them how much would my car be worth if I do finance, and then probably shop around to see, like, compare, like, if I could get a pre-owned car, if I get a new lease and replace it with a new car, or financing. I just want to see, like, how much, the options. Yeah.
Okay. How's your credit right now, if you had to guess?
It's about 700.
700?
Yeah.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. So this is what I would do. So Nissan, especially the Rogues, they have a really bad reputation for blowing up transmissions. Okay. So that's something that I would be very fearful of.
Okay.
And $25,000, I just don't think it's in your best interest to buy this car out.
Okay.
I think you have some money in your savings, which we'll talk about.
Mhm.
I think you need to give this car back.
Okay.
Take that money from your savings and then go to a local credit union and borrow another $5,000 and then buy something in cash.
Okay.
You need to not have a car payment. You're obviously going to have that $5,000 loan, but it's not going to be a huge payment. And if you go to a credit union with your credit, you should be able to get a decent rate.
Okay.
And have something more manageable.
All right.
I would not lease anything and I would not buy this thing out.
Okay.
How much driving do you do? You do a ton of driving?
I do a lot. Yeah.
Okay. When you obviously car shopping, don't just rush into anything. Look online, compare what dealers have, compare to private parties, really do some research and buy something reliable. Obviously, I don't want you to get into something that you're going to get a lot of headed to, especially if you need it. And you obviously put your kids in the car. So it needs to be something well balanced.
Yes.
But there are other options. You don't need to, especially in your position right now, you don't need a $25,000 car.
Okay.
I know it's nice having a nice new car, but right now it's not the time or the place.
All right. No problem. Yes.
Medical debt. Do you have any medical debt?
No medical debt.
Okay. Because I saw that you do have Synchrony.
Oh,
Bank,
the care credit.
Yeah. That's paid off.
Yeah, it's paid off.
Okay.
Yeah.
Next section, we're going to look at your checking savings account. Okay. It looks like you have a checking account with $1,168 as the ending balance. And it looks like you use this account primarily to pay off your credit cards.
Yes.
Except for just a few larger purchases, a parent's anniversary check for $1,151.
Yes.
So is that a surprise?
Me and my sister, we came together to surprise our parents because they are celebrating their 40th wedding anniversary June 10th. So we had sent them, we're sending them away for 5 days to Aruba.
Awesome.
So,
awesome.
Yes.
40 years.
Yes, 40 years.
Wow.
So was that a spontaneous, like, hey, let's send them away? Or did you plan for this?
We was planning it, yeah, because like last year, they made their 39th. I'm like, let's come together. I was thinking of doing something nice for them like that anyway. So my sister was like, oh, you want to send them to Aruba? I'm like, yeah.
I mean, you could have gotten like a reservation at a restaurant.
True.
And
But no,
save yourself a lot of money.
my parents do a lot for me. They, when I'm at work, they watch my kids, so yeah, they help out. So, yeah.
So what, I don't think you're in the best financial situation to do that. I can understand and I do respect it.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. You get a pass, but I think the people watching might not agree. So let's see what they say. Leave a comment below.
Yeah, other than that, you just use this checking account for paying off credit cards.
Yes.
And then we have a savings account with $356 in it where there's no movement. It's just your savings.
Yeah.
We also have another checking account with everything health and beauty.
Yes.
Your business.
Yes.
What do you do for that specifically?
Nothing right now. I was going to school, cosmetology. So I was trying to jumpstart, that. Essentially, I want a spa, a holistic spa right now. It's just there, because you need a business bank account to like get grants and things like that, which I haven't applied for yet. But it'll soon come.
Are you spending like personal? Are you using personal stuff on that? All right.
Yes.
So that's something that you should not be doing. Everything that has to do with business, needs to say business. Everything personal. Needs to say personal.
Okay.
Try not to mix it.
Okay.
So we have the beginning balance of $360, $700 in deposits, and $630 in withdrawals, making the ending balance $430. So we have Con Edison, $300.
What is that? Utility?
The light bill, electricity.
All right. What is that for your current place?
Yes.
So personal?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. T-Mobile, $186.
Yeah, phone bill.
Is that for work or is that for a person?
Because technically you could say it's for both. Because when I do my taxes, I do write off like a portion of the house of like a home office, and then the phone bill is a business plan. So I just pay it with my business bank account.
Next we have a Kohl's credit card, which is paid off.
Yes, it's paid off now.
Yeah. So I just want to mention that the Kohl's credit card had a 31% interest rate.
Yes. I'm
glad you paid this off.
Yes.
This is done.
You don't use that anymore?
Not so much. No,
Okay.
yeah.
Is that for just Kohl's or you can use it for anything?
It's just Kohl's, but there's also Sephora in there. So, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Why did you open this credit card up?
Why?
Yeah.
Because I like Kohl's and I was shopping there and I was like, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm just wondering if there was like a specific reason, like
No.
if they had certain points or benefits.
Oh, yeah.
Shop right
They
now.
do have like a lot of like Kohl's cash.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, that they use that to lure you in back into
I
the
know.
store.
But it's
To
okay.
spend more money.
I didn't go back since I paid it off. So I'm doing good so far.
Stay away. Don't use it if you can.
Next, we have what I mentioned before, the Synchrony Bank, the Care Credit.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
This is at a 29% rate, but this is paid off.
Yes.
So you're done with this completely?
Yes.
Okay. So we're not using this card anymore.
Okay.
What was that for?
Just random things because
Like
you
medical expenses? Or was it-
it's everything because you could get sunglasses. Like you could go to Cohen's, buy some cute sunglasses, and you know.
But it's a want, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm glad you're done with that. So
Yes.
if you don't need to use it for a valid medical purchase, don't use it.
Okay.
Next, we have Bank of America. We have a credit card for your business.
Mm-hmm.
You have a balance of $481 with the $40 minimum at an interest rate of 28%.
Yes.
We have some Blaze pizza in there.
Yes.
So you,
Yes.
You know, business
I
meeting?
feel guilty.
yeah, I'm like, is this a business meeting? What's going on?
With my children. Yes.
Yeah, there's nothing coming in and out over here. So
So let me ask you, for your business, you haven't made any money as of right
No.
now, right?
Mhm.
Okay. And at your work, do you have the ability to work more hours or like overtime, or is it just
I can, but I choose not to.
you choose not to?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a reason?
Because my kids, they're home, and I don't want to leave them with my parents all day. So
How much time do you spend on this business? Like mentally, like away from the kids, or because I think that business right now is a distraction for you.
I don't. No,
You don't spend any
not-
time on it?
Not really. No.
Okay. And you're paying, so you have the LLC, right? You're paying annual fees on it to keep it open?
Am I? I think I paid. No, I don't think I am.
You should be paying. I don't know how it is in New York, but in New Jersey, you have to pay an annual registration fee. I would imagine it's everywhere. You'd have to pay annually.
I never got a.
So when did you open it up?
In 2020.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So you should be getting a statement every year. So I would look into that because you might be
Okay.
in default, and then like those penalties charge interest on top of them too
Well,
if you're not paying the registration
When I
fees.
checked on the website, it was saying that mine's is still active.
active.
Because I never got a bill. I never received a physical bill.
I would look into that, and then especially
Okay.
if you're not using it now,
Okay.
I would just dissolve it. You got to
Okay.
pay a fee to get rid of it, but at least it's not costing you
Okay.
money every year for something that you're really not using. And then I would close that account, that
Okay.
checking account.
Yeah.
It doesn't serve a purpose.
Yeah.
And then, as we're going to see when we talk about our budgeting, you're paying for a phone line, 2 phone lines for the business.
Yes.
That's not making you any money
Yes.
that you're not using.
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. Okay.
All right. So I think we just need to just remove it.
here's
Okay.
just the math.
Distraction.
The math's not adding.
okay. Okay.
You said you didn't finish the beauty school?
No.
No. So are you planning on going back to school to get your license?
Not with them. I was thinking about doing esthetician because it's shorter time frame. Because cosmetology is so long. It's like 14 months part time.
But you can't even do anything with that business even if you wanted to
because
you're not
you're not
finished, right?
licensed.
Technically?
Yeah, technically, yeah.
So even more of a reason to do it.
Okay.
Got it. All right.
Okay.
Next, we're gonna take a look at your Apple Card, which it looks like you use for everyday spending.
Yes.
So you have a previous balance of $81, and we have a total balance of $1,583. But we spoke earlier, and you told me that you made a payment, so now the statement balance is only $500.
Yeah.
Correct.
Mhm.
Okay. This card has an interest rate of 27%.
Yes.
Minimum payment is $25. So I'm just gonna read through
Okay.
some transactions. So we have Massage Envy for $80. Is this
Yes.
something you pay monthly?
Yes.
Monthly, so it's $80 a month.
Yes.
What is that for?
What is
Other than the obvious massages?
Yes, massages. Massages or facials, either or.
okay?
Yeah.
What's the benefit of getting a monthly subscription to that as opposed to Just walking in there and doing it.
How often do you go?
I don't know. It's actually more expensive, but then when I go and when I go to like the Asian places, they're like so like forceful and rough. But yeah, it's frivolous. You know, if I need to, I could suspend it and cut it off.
Okay, good. Because that's gonna be my next recommendation is to just remove that.
Okay.
We have cafe for $17, another cafe for $32, Rockaway Roasters 17, which I saw a few times on there, so it must be a favorite.
Yes.
Blaze Pizza.
Yes.
And then Blaze Pizza again.
Yes.
We have Kava. We have DoorDash. What is going on with DoorDash? I see DoorDash a few times on here. How often do you use it?
It depends. Sometimes I do pickup if I'm sick and I need something to like make me feel better. I, eat the fees and all that stuff. But
Eat the fees.
yes, it's so
It's the
expensive.
worst way to buy food.
I know.
Sweet Green. I see a bunch of Sweet Green, which averages about like $16. Another fave.
Yeah. I try to eat healthy.
Sweet Green. Again, DoorDash, Ideal Food, $4. We have Juice Bar, $15. Food Town for $30. Sweet Green again for $13. Kava for $21. Cafe for $13. Sweet Green for $9. Heaven on 7th.
Yeah, another eatery place.
Another, $4 and then $4 again. We have a deli for $8. We have Little Beat for $30. Chick-fil-A for $33. Another juice bar for $30. Cafe for $28. Cafe for $19. Another cafe for $14. Stop and Shop.
Yeah.
I think this is the first grocery store. So this is for $100. So what's going on with your food? Do you do grocery shopping?
No, not really. No, I eat out most of the time.
Is this food for you and for your kids or just for you?
Majority is for me because I'm at work.
Okay.
So like the Blaze Pizza is usually with me and the kids, or I just cook something at the house.
Can you guess how much you spend on eating out?
Upward of 1,000. Yeah. I calculated a few times. Yes.
Yeah, so we have for this statement, it's $757.
Okay.
This one is just a lot of eating out. We have like a few, like the Massage Envy, a few Amazon purchases. Amazon $12. We have Amazon again for $21.
Yes.
And then European Wax Center is that monthly? Is that also a monthly subscription?
No.
No? Okay. I see Apple Bill over here for $17. So is that a combination of storage or Apple Music?
I believe, and I'm not sure because I also be buying stuff too for games.
Okay.
No.
Yeah, but I don't know. I can't. I don't see it.
I see ABC Mouse, 2 charges, one for $45, one for $40, and then Adventure Academy for $30, which I'm assuming they're educational apps for your children.
Yes.
Okay. And that's yearly subscription?
Yes.
Those are good. We'll leave those in there.
We'll allow it.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, and then I see Apple over here again for $10.99, which I think that one's probably for storage.
I think that one was for music because I think storage is $9.99.
Okay. I didn't see $9.99 on here.
Okay.
What were your?
Oh,
are you
maybe-
buying music?
The Apple Music, the subscription.
Okay, I mean, there's got to be free resources to. I would look into do everything you can to not spend money on like YouTube. You can YouTube the song. SoundCloud.
Even Spotify has like a free version.
Well, I recently changed it over to student again, so it's $5.99. Still trying to get free? Okay.
It's not a deal breaker.
Okay.
Because it's really not a huge amount, but the problem is it's like all those little things, and then it adds up, and like the one you didn't even know what the charge was. You're like,
Okay.
So and that becomes common. You just sign up, and all of a sudden you're paying hundreds of dollars a month, and you may not even know what it is.
True. Okay.
So I would just be mindful of the things you're signing up for.
Okay.
And even just make sure also the kids, when they're on using the tablets, they don't buy things, because my kids do it and I'll see the charge. I'm like, what is this?
Or they talk to I don't want to say her out loud, Alexa.
Yeah.
And then my daughter will be like, yes. And then sign up for freaking music.
it'll automatically buy things. So.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Just be mindful of that.
Okay.
I'm probably going to completely botch this. Avis.com.
Oh,
I looked
yeah.
at it. It's car rentals for travel for $168. Is that for your parents' upcoming vacation?
We went to St. Thomas recently. We just came back. So that was for...
Okay, which I'm going to assume the Explora vacations for $100 was also for...
Oh, no, that's something else. That's for my upcoming trip in June.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Where you
Florida?
going?
The Poconos, just for the week. Yeah.
Someone get away.
So it's
How often are you taking vacations?
Well, usually never.
Never. Okay.
But probably this will be my third one this year.
Third one this year?
Yeah.
Hardly ever. That's a lot.
Are you catching up on...
I'm trying to catch up.
You're
Yeah.
trying to catch up
I'm
on
trying
the
to
years
catch
that
up.
you have gone?
Yes, I am.
Okay, so I'm a big proponent of vacations. Doesn't have to be extravagant, you know. It doesn't have to be like a Euro trip. Just like a little getaway is nice to.
Okay.
We have to balance it, right? We have to prioritize ourselves, right?
Yes.
And then we also have to enjoy life because nothing's promised. So I understand it. And, you know, I'm with it. But 3 in 1 year, that's a lot.
Okay.
That's a lot. So obviously, this one coming up is paid for already.
Yes.
Try to be smart about the expenses that you have there.
Okay.
If you're committed to going and there's no way out of it, go ahead.
You have the travel bug right now.
I do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because I was gonna go to Hawaii for my birthday, and I was gonna take the kids to Disney World for theirs. It's okay.
No,
I'll cross it out.
Disneyland's like an arm and a leg and a kidney.
I know.
Yeah, it's
I know.
super expensive.
Yeah.
Again, if you want to take these trips, fine. Save up for them.
Okay.
Don't just be spontaneous and like, hey,
Put everything on a
let's go to
credit
Hawaii.
card too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially that you have these bills that we need to take care of. You have the car that you have to figure out.
Yes.
So I would not do that.
Okay.
And that's really it for this card. Just primarily eating out.
Yeah.
So we need to figure out how
So-
we could reduce this.
Yeah. I'm trying not to use my credit card as much because I overspend. So that's why I try to pay it off and start using my Bank of America checking account.
Yeah, we didn't see crazy high balances, which is good. And
Yeah.
the interest that you did pay wasn't astronomical, but that's obviously a bad habit and a slippery slope.
Yeah.
So once you start, you get comfortable. A lot of people do the payment plans because they can't afford it at one time, but they can afford the small monthly payments, and that gets out of control very quickly. Next, we're going to look at your saving accounts. You have 2 custodial accounts. They are UTMA accounts.
Yes.
Okay. Uniform Transfer to Minors Act, and then there's one called Uniform Gift to Minors Act. It looks like you have about $5,000 combined between the both of them. If you're contributing a large portion of your check to them right now, I would seize that. I would just not do it because you have other things that are a priority. They have a ton of time to be able to save up for whatever goal. I know this is money that you obviously want to pass down to them, whether it's for school, housing. So with the UTMA, I don't know if you're aware, there's a lot more flexibility. I know most people opt for a 529 plan, which is investment account for just schooling expenses.
Okay.
The 529 plan, you own it. The UTMA and the UGMA, they own it.
Okay.
So there's a big difference there because with the 529, they don't get control over it. This one, the UTMA, once you give it to them, like, it's theirs, and you put money in there. I don't think you can take it out because it's not your money; it's theirs.
Yeah.
Just so you're aware of it. So if your plan for this is, let's say, school, and once they turn 18 and they want to go buy a car, they can go buy the car.
Okay.
So that's something you have to be aware of. Where the 529 plan is, they can't do that because it's not their money; it's yours. And for example, if they don't want to go to school, one child doesn't want to go to school, that money can be rolled into the other child's education.
Oh, okay.
Just so for that too. And it doesn't have to just be like, I know there was a lot of restrictions on it where it was just only for college, but now you can do, so now you can do like books, you can do trades like cosmetology, like I know real estate is on there. There's a few different programs you can do on there, but just be mindful. The UTMA is more flexible. There's also some cons to it.
Okay.
And I know one of them as well is a 529 plan is tax-free growth. Where the UTMA, I think, is up to only a certain portion. And after that, you got to pay taxes.
Okay. Yes.
Thanks for staying tuned. We would love to hear some feedback, so please drop a comment down below and remember to like and subscribe. Now back to the show.
Look into that. And then also for financial aid, that's going to be a larger percentage. They look into how much you have in the UTMA, and I think it's 20% is going to count against them. So when they apply for financial aid, that will affect them. As
Okay.
opposed to the 529, it's a much lower portion.
Okay.
Again, I don't know what your plan was for that. It was just to give them money if you had, school or house, whatever the case was. But just do some research and make sure that what you have here is actually what you want. That's what your plan is.
Okay. Sure.
And then you also have here it's like an emergency fund. You have a home savings and an emergency savings. You have $5,400 in there. So I'm glad to see that you have some money there. What I would do is I would use this money and get rid of those credit cards. It doesn't look like there's, I think, maybe a $900 balance there.
Okay.
Just wipe it out. You don't want to pay interest on it. You're not going to be anything that you're going to make from here, because this is a high yield savings account, looks like.
Yeah.
So anything that you're going to make there is negligible to what you'd be paying on the fees. So
Okay.
I would wipe that out ASAP. Next, we're going to start our budgeting process.
Okay.
So you said you make $76,000 a year, right? You have some deductions in there. You have the 457 and you have some other, you have pension, some other things coming out. So after all that is calculated, we are starting with $2,850. What is your rent?
No rent currently.
No rent currently?
Yes.
Okay. You're living with family?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. Are you going to be able to, I know you said you wanted to move ASAP.
Yeah.
Are you able to stay there for a little bit longer, or what's that situation like?
I can, yeah.
Okay. I would hold on as long as you can.
Okay.
Right? Utilities.
The phone bill, the Con Edison, so about 400.
Just utilities, just the electric bill.
Yeah, I just paid the electric.
How much is that?
About 300.
300. Internet cable?
None.
You're not paying? Okay. Subscriptions, we have $57. We're removing the Massage Envy because that was an $80 a month charge.
Okay.
We're not going to do that anymore. $57 contributes it's your kids' apps, which is negligible monthly, along with legal because of that SBA situation, right? You're going after him for okay. And then some other things that we spoke of that are apart.
Yes.
Your cell phone bill.
Yes.
How much you paying?
$177.
$177. That's insane. Okay, what is that for?
So I'm paying for 3 lines. 1 line is for free, and my phone installment.
So one is your personal line.
Yes. One's business.
And
one is
just there.
Yeah.
We talked about the business already. We're just going to dissolve that at this point because it makes no sense. And that free line, they say free, but you're paying for it.
Yeah.
And then your personal line, I would shop around. I mean, I don't know what the difference is from the one line to the other, but we have to get this down.
Yeah, there's no reason.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Yeah.
That's a lot of
Okay.
money.
All right.
So for right now, I mean, your kind of stuff we're going to put in as 177.
Okay.
That number is going to change once you cancel everything. But,
Okay.
Okay. So for the cell phone, we're going to eliminate it and then try to get that bill. Shop around, see if you can get the cheapest plan. I know you could probably get something for $50 or $60.
Okay.
All right, with good reception still. Toiletries, it's for feminine products, things around the house, kids. I'm gonna put it at $150. That's plus or minus. If you need, do you think you need more?
I think double.
You think double that?
Yeah.
300. What are you buying there? What do you?
You get skincare, stuff
Like
makeup.
skincare, body wash, like it's just everything for all 3 of us, and then also like vitamins for the kids and
Include it in that? Okay, that's fair. All right, we'll do 300. All right, groceries. We like to do $300 per person, and then if it's a child, we cut that in half. But since they're a little bit older, they probably eat more.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start at 700.
Okay, that's
We're going to reduce the eating out. You're gonna $100 for eating out because I want this to be realistic. I expect you from going to 800 to 1,000 on eating out to 0 is it's not gonna happen. I get it. So just be mindful. We're gonna start at 100 and try not to exceed that.
That's for the month.
For the month.
Okay, for the month.
Honestly, what I would do is if you want to go out with them and eat, the cheapest way is probably just order some pizza.
Okay.
And that'll feed $20.
Nice pizza.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay.
And you know what? And it's more meaningful too. If you go out all the time, it becomes less and less impactful. They won't remember it. So if you make it those like every Friday, something that they'll remember, because it's just again, you're wasting money when you don't need it. And right now, you're not in a position where you can waste that money.
Okay. Sounds good.
Card payment, we have $403.
Yes.
Car insurance, we have $192.
Yes.
That is being taken out of your check directly. That's interesting.
Yes.
So your car is costing you $600 a month, essentially. So if you do what we talked about, we're going to use some of this. We're going to use the savings money. I would say we're going to use 4,000 of it.
Okay.
We're going to go to a local credit union.
Okay.
And we're going to take out a auto loan for another 5,000. You're going to combine that money. You're going to try to find something between 9 and like 11,000. Something reasonable. That's good. You do a lot of driving. You put your kids in the car. I don't want you to be stranded.
Okay.
But I also don't want you to finance this, at $25,000. You just start paying a lot more, and it's just a depreciating asset. You don't need that or want that right now. Okay. So that's what I would do. And then also with your car insurance, it's going to be an older car. That's it's going to be cut in half. And then also what I recommend doing, if you can take a defensive driver's course, it'll save you 10, 15% on top of that.
Okay.
So it's a one-time fee, but it helps. Gas, we have $100 a month. Sound right? Easy Pass, $35 a month. And then we have some health expenses for $30 a month. Your SBA loan we spoke about, you're paying $50 a month on it. Yes. Credit card minimum is $40, but that's going to be, we're actually going to wipe that out because you're going to take money from the savings
to pay it off.
Okay.
Once that's done, you should have $406 left over.
Okay.
First thing I want you to do is none of the interest rates are crazy high. What I want you to do is I want you to build up that emergency fund back up to where you have it. So you're at 5,000 again. Okay. And once you start doing that, I would start attacking these loans that you have. Okay. You have the 457 loan that's at a 7.4% interest rate.
Yes.
And then you have the other personal loan at 7.6. So first one, 6,000, we're going to use a snowball method. You're going to list your debts in order from largest balance to smallest balance, regardless of the interest rate. And you're going to pay off the smallest ones first. So in this case, it's a $6,000 one, and then you have the $9,000 one, and then you have the SBA loan. It's a $10,000 one. Every dollar that you get is going to go into funneling that smaller payment there. Again, I'm not sure. You have to look into it. I know when you borrow against retirement, like you spoke about, that interest gets paid to you, but just double check that because I don't know if that's always the case. Okay. But either way, it's a debt that you have that you're going to have to pay, and it's going to linger. And if you're taking away the compound interest effect, like we spoke about back then. Okay.
Sure.
After that, once you get these paid off, I would start maxing out your Roth IRA.
Okay.
All right, which I know, which you've opened, you're contributing some of it now. I would, if you're contributing actively, right?
Yes.
You saw, I would stop contributing and reallocate that money into this.
Okay.
Because again, the arbitrage for the interest rate just doesn't make sense. You're better off focused on paying it off.
Okay.
And then again, once this is done, you have the Roth IRA, and then do both. You can do you have a 457 and your 401k. I would do both. Just put into as much as you can. Okay. The more the better. Absolutely, because the 457 is usually for, as you're aware, the government employees, and the 401k is mostly for private entities. Okay. Fortunately for you, you have both. It's a home run. I would attribute to both of them. Okay. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you said you wanted to save for a house at some point, right? I would be debt free before you even think about doing that. Okay. I really would. And they're not crazy loans that it's going to take you, 10 years to do. I think, you're reasonable. And if you can pick up some extra shifts and work overtime, I would. I know it's tough. Again, we spoke about balance. I don't want you to go crazy and drive yourself nuts. I don't expect you to do that right now because again, you're in a tough spot, but it's not detrimental. I would pick up some shifts. Okay. And then put everything extra into that.
All right. Well done.
Sure. Do you have any final thoughts?
That's it pretty much. We touched on everything. Do you have any questions?
No questions at the moment. No.
Okay, awesome. Well, we appreciate you coming on the show and putting your life on display. I know it's not easy to do. And we appreciate it. Hopefully you found this segment helpful.
Yes. Thank you to you both.
All right. No problem.